Dan Diederich from TDA Insurance and Kennedy Niemeyer. Today we're going to do a deep dive into choosing deductibles, and we're going to be focused on property and auto deductibles today. So when we talk about deductibles, we're talking about the amount of risk that we're willing to accept before the insurance company pays out a claim. So if I have a $1,000 home insurance deductible, I have to pay the $1,000 before the insurance company is going to pay out any portion of the claim. So when we're choosing deductibles, it's the amount of risk that we're willing to take on ourselves. And the rule of thumb with deductibles is the higher the deductible, the lower the premium. So the more risk that you're willing to accept as the consumer, the less premium you will have to pay. Now, when we're talking property deductibles, this is a hot topic in the changing insurance market that we're currently in. A lot of home insurance carriers are mandating $2,500 property deductibles with 1% wind and hail deductibles. And the wind and hail is mostly going to come into play on roof claims. So a 1% deductible on wind and hail means that you're going to pay 1% of your coverage A or building insurance limit before the company pays out that roof claim that's caused by wind or hail damage. So that's one thing to consider while looking at your home insurance renewals and policies when they're coming up. Are these new mandates of higher deductibles on wind and hail claims and on just normal property insurance? So that's some of the changing landscape of property deductibles and things you have to be aware of. Now, on auto insurance, there's 3 different kinds of deductibles in Michigan that we can choose from: limited, standard, and broad. And that's in order of worst coverage to best coverage. So with limited, if you choose a limited deductible and you're at fault, your insurance is not going to respond. If you choose a standard deductible, your insurance is always going to respond regardless of fault, but you're always going to have to pay your deductible, regardless if you're not at fault or if you're at fault. On a broad form collision, that means your deductible is waived if you're not at fault in the accident. Now, there's something in the standard collision deductible that it's called a mini tort claim, and this is if you're not at fault and you have a standard deductible, you can collect the other insurance from the at fault party and make a mini tort claim up to $3,000 on their policy to get your deductible back. So broad form gives you the best protection. It's going to be the most expensive. Standard is okay. We can try to go get your deductible back if you're not at fault, as long as that other party has insurance. And limited is the worst. We want to try to stay away from limited collision. It doesn't give you coverage if you're at fault in the accident. So we're usually going to choose between standard and broad. We can take some premium savings from changing from broad to standard, but the better coverage is broad because you're not going to have to pay that deductible if you're not at fault in a collision accident. So that's kind of a breakdown of the different options of deductibles on both property and on auto insurance. Remember the rule of thumb: the higher the deductible, the lower the premium, but that's the risk that you're accepting as a consumer before the insurance company pays out. Thanks, and stay tuned for more TDA tips coming next.